I decided to go a little bit different route. I'm not going to be interviewing anybody today, but I'm going to be sharing some takeaways that I had from a keynote speaker I heard last week at the NABO Pathways Conference in Peoria. We had a speaker that was dynamic. Tinesha Cherry is her name. And I'm going to be reading a little bit from her book here, Tinesha Cherry. I was born to lose, but I chose to win. And there were just so many things in this session that I had probably pages of notes in my phone, and I bought her book, and I got this great little, you see that girl boss poster on my wall. And the reason I got that was because I said yes. In the beginning of the session, she said, I need 5 people to be my cheerleaders today to make sure that my energy stays up. Believe me, she did not need any cheerleaders. This girl packs energy with her wherever she goes. But, you're sitting there in that moment and you're thinking, oh, is she going to roast me? Is she going to, what's going to happen if I say yes? And I wasn't the first, but I was the second one up on stage to say, I'm here. Use me, abuse me, do whatever you want. But it was a great experience. I had a role of just shaking a cowbell every time I liked something she said. I couldn't keep the pink cowbell. That was kind of disappointing. But anyway, I digress. There was so much about this keynote speech that really resonated with me, resonated with just who I am here for, who I am trying to help. Because here's the thing, she didn't have a great start. She had an awful start to her life. She endured things that no human child should ever have to endure. And she didn't even share all the details, but I could feel the pain in her childhood. But here's the thing. She did make a choice. She chose to fight. She chose to stand up, and she chose to take her purpose back. So whatever situation we find ourselves in, whether it is ourselves that are self-sabotaging where we want to go next, whether it's other people around us from our childhood who tried to steal our innocence, or whether it is somebody today that is holding you in an abusive situation, whatever that might be, we always, always, always have a choice. So I just want to read some excerpts from her book that I hope will inspire you, that no matter what you're going through, if there is something inside of you that is crying to be let out, a purpose that you have, a business that you're supposed to start, a foundation you're supposed to start, or a job that you're supposed to go get, or just being the best mom, wife, whatever, fill in the blank, that you are supposed to be and you're feeling held back, just break away those chains, because you do have choices. It might take some help. You might have to engage the help of somebody that can help you get past unconscious blocks, or get past regressive memories, or whatever the case might be, or just help direct you, help inspire you, help encourage you. But that motivation first has to start within. So if it's there, I want to encourage you to listen to these words from Tinesha Cherry, and I hope they help you and inspire you as well. The first thing I want to read is a poem from her book called Spread Your Wings. As you spread your wings and prepare to take flight, you have a specific destination in sight. Your plan is to soar and reach for the sky. Your dreams of success are extremely high. The motivation inside leads you to believe. Your dedication alone makes it easy to achieve. To leap from that ledge would be no small deed, but to turn back now means not to succeed. So you jumped from that ledge with both feet. Never once did you consider defeat. Strong winds and rain made it hard to see, but you stayed focused on your destiny. As you flapped your wings, you began to fly. You began to soar and reach the sky. You touched those clouds just as planned. Others said you couldn't, but you said, I can. You reached your goal and proved them wrong. Against all odds, you stayed strong. Stories of your success will be told by all. despite their eagerness to see you fall. They know now what you always knew. Your self-determination would see you through. As you go through life, you'll have many fears, but don't ever forget what got you here. Always remember that you can fly. Don't ever question that you are the reason why. I love that because so many people are trying to find, I don't know if you've heard, you have to have a big why. What's your why? Your why should make you cry. Sometimes you are your biggest why. Your determination to succeed, your determination to break a cycle in your family. There are generational cycles in families, and you can be that one to break it, whatever that might be. Here is another one that I want to share with you, a poem called The Hero in You. A hero is not someone in a cape with a bunch of special powers. A hero doesn't leap from tall buildings or swing from big towers. A hero won't have X-ray vision or the ability to fly. A hero won't have a secret lair or a beacon in the sky. There won't be a hero coming to save us just before we meet our doom. There won't be a superhero to save us when the tragedies in life loom. You see, no matter how hard you search, never will you find a comic book superhero of the supernatural kind. You see, the power of a true hero is not something you can see, because true heroes are just regular people, just like you and me. Every day we get the opportunity, every day we get a chance to right a wrong, make a difference, or change a circumstance. This life is not measured by what we have, it's measured by what we do. So today is the day, and now is the time to find the hero in you. So what is it that you've been wanting to do? Ask yourself. This is a great section at the end of her book. The chapter is called What is at Your Core? Only you can determine this, and maybe it'll take time. I'm doing an assignment from a coach right now, and it's been challenging. I like to bust through assignments. I'm type A, get it done. Let's get it off my list. But it's been a week, and I'm still in this assignment, and I'm still listening. And sometimes you have to get quiet to hear inside what is that purpose? What is that nudge really saying to you? So what is at your core? She says. I ask this question because the answer will be the determining factor in all that you do. It will determine what you say, what you do, and how you think. It will determine how you treat others, how you let others treat you, and how you react to how you are treated. It will determine what you are willing to sacrifice and what are you willing to work hard to achieve. It will even determine what you do when you think no one is watching. Ultimately, the answer to this question will determine what you stand for and what you are willing to defend. It is important to know thyself because self-awareness is the first step in creating what you want and mastering your own life. Where do you focus your attention? Emotions, actions, reactions, and behavior will determine where and how far you go. She suggests asking yourself these questions to get started. So pull out a journal and write these down, and then take time to sit alone. Don't have distractions around you. And believe me, as a wife, a mom, I have an older kid, I have a teenager, and I've got 3 dogs. So I totally get the whole put yourself in a quiet place. It doesn't happen without purpose. So the questions are, number 1, what are you passionate about? Number 2, what does the word value mean to you? 3, what are the most important things to you in life? Just to you, not to others around you. This is about you. Number 4, what do you represent? Number 5, what are your non-negotiables? I want to take a minute on this because some people have a non-negotiable around work hours or who they want to work with. And you know what? That is okay. Those are all choices. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just, what are you going to be most comfortable with? Number 6, do you speak out against injustice? And if so, what kind? Number 7, do you help when no one is looking, or do you do it for the glory? Number 8, how important is social approval to you? And I'd also like to add, that's something that I've talked to a lot of people about, approval. There are approval addictions. Joyce Meyer has a great book about this, but those are often rooted in childhood traumas or bullying that happened, because there is such a sense of, there was something wrong with me at that time, and that turns into a deep sense of approval from anybody and anything that you're doing. And it can really stall progress in so many areas of your life. Number 9, are you willing to stand up at the risk of standing out? Number 10, are you at peace with yourself? Number 11, would you offer assistance without discrimination? 12, are you more concerned with being popular or being a good person? Those are some key things to reflect upon. And then at the very end of the book is a great section, and she has the Cherry Way, her code of conduct. And I just want to point out, there's a lot of them, but I'm just going to point out a couple here that really resonated with me. And again, I encourage you, I was born to lose, but I chose to win, the book by Tinesha Cherry. Her first code of conduct is dream beyond reality. And I even asked my mom one time, I was like, did I imagine as a kid? Because in adulthood, I all of a sudden thought, I don't know if I know how to do this. And she reminded me of a doll that I have today. I'm sure it's somewhere in my house, that has its arm broken off because I played with it so much. So obviously my imagination worked at some point. But I think somewhere along the way, you talk about those traumas, bullying, other people's approval, you start to question, you start to regress, you start to push down all of those hopes and dreams because they didn't happen. Or just like Tinesha, people constantly told you couldn't do it. I wasn't told that type of stuff. I don't remember hearing that, but somewhere in here, I stopped dreaming. Somewhere along the way, I just kind of gave up on that. I did what I was supposed to do or what I thought I wanted to do, but I didn't dream. And I didn't dream beyond reality. I kept my goals in line. I kept them small because to make big goals and dreams, that just felt like unachievable, failing. Oh my gosh, I just think of some of my thought processes now, and it's easy to go, whoa, I did that to myself in a lot of ways. So I give you permission, dream big. Dream beyond reality, because if there is a purpose to that dream, and people don't get dreams unless they're supposed to go make something happen, then call it God, call it the universe, whatever, will conspire around you to make that dream a reality, bring people into your life, bring resources into that life to make that happen for you. The other one is expect more from yourself and then expect more from others. She says, we expect other people to do and be things that we are not even willing to be and able to do ourselves. Hold yourself to a higher standard first and then expect more from others. When you start by fixing you and focus all your energy and effort there, you won't have time or energy to fix anybody else. So again, your job, somebody explained this to me one time, you're in a circle, and the circle is going around and around and around, maybe a relationship that isn't ideal or whatever. If you step out of that circle, the energy breaks. And your job is not to fix the other person. Your job is not to fix your boss, your spouse, your whatever. Your job is to focus on you. And that's a hard pill to take, by the way, because we all like to think that we're practically perfect in every way, but most of us have work to do. Control your emotions. Don't let your emotions control you. Easier said than done. Been there, done that, know exactly. And I specialize in helping people with emotions and that control that they can have on you. So I totally get this. A lot of times it's unconscious that these emotions are controlling you, but you know the ones that aren't. You know the ones that you can control, that you're choosing to play with every day, the anger, the resentment, the bitterness, the unforgiveness. There is a level of consciousness to all of those emotions. And that's where I'm saying, we do have a choice to let them control us or we can control them. Unconsciously, I totally get that there's a whole other realm there that could be at factor here because I work with it every day and I've experienced a lot of that myself. And then the other thing is that be your biggest cheerleader. I run across people all the time, and she said, be your own superhero. It kind of all plays together. We have a choice. We can either continue to beat ourselves up over every little thing, to be perfectionist, which that's just another way of failing, is being perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. There really isn't. Everybody is flawed in some way. Embrace the flaws that have to stay for a little while as you work through them. And then work on getting rid of the ones that might be affecting others, might be affecting your situation, but be your biggest cheerleader along the way. I was in a coaching group for a while, and one of the things that I loved is that they had Celebration Friday. This was the Higdon group. And every Friday, they would say, celebrate something about your win. You might not have reached that big goal that you're working towards. You might not have even reached your weekly goal, but there has got to be something in that week that you can full on celebrate. And the other thing that I learned along the way is don't kill the seed of the celebration by adding a, but I didn't blah, blah, blah. No, just celebrate. If you had a goal in life to, let's make it a fitness goal, to work out 3 days a week and you worked out 2 because something happened, celebrate the 2. That was 2 more than you did the following week. Or you had a goal of, eating the right foods or not complaining. Ooh, that's a big one. Maybe set that goal. A goal of not complaining for a whole week and you got through 3 days. Celebrate the 3 days. Just don't kill your progress along the way. Celebrate it and pick a new goal next week to celebrate. But there's got to be something on Friday that you can celebrate. There's always something to be grateful for in life. And if you're struggling to find that gratitude in you or that cheerleader in you, take a tip from Tony Robbins. I love when he says, just put your hand over your heart and be thankful for that heart that beats. I can't even count how many times a day that thing beats, but you don't even have to give effort to it. You don't have to think about it. It is a gift. It is a gift of God. It is your gift of life. And if you can find nothing else to be thankful for, be thankful for that. And if many of you saw my interview with Yolanda Tyler last week, oh my goodness, be thankful for eyes that can see and ears that can hear and feet that can take you, legs that can take you where you want to go, because some people don't have that. Some people, you might be one of those people, and maybe it's your legs don't work, but your arms work. One of my most precious friends, her legs don't work, but she has a zest for life and her arms take her wherever she wants to go in her chair. And you would never know that there might be some, something inside of her that feels broken because she brings her whole self to you. She brings her happiness and her joy to you. So I just want to leave you with that today. Be your own biggest cheerleader and go shine, because somebody out there needs your message, because you are uniquely you. You might have the same message that I do, but you're going to put a little bit different spin on it. And the people who need you are going to benefit from it. And that's what I love about this world. We are all uniquely different. There is no 2 of us, even identical twins, that are 100% the same. So go shine and be uniquely you today. Until next time.